Yeah, I'm sorry, we're discussing the question. Thank you. Yeah, we're talking about values in politics, and personally I believe besides values, the other important thing is that we talk about our image of society and our image of humanity. Because maybe we can agree about the values, but we don't agree about how do we see our population, how do we see the diversity in our cities. So we can't say, oh, our value is that we respect everyone and humanity, etc. But the way we see these people, the way we value these people can be different. And also the way we are, as politicians, we are engaged in these societies makes us more aware of what's happening or more connected to what's happening or not. So values, I believe we have universal values, and maybe one is a little bit, a little bit to the right, a little bit to the left, but I wouldn't really make a difference in values, but in how do I see the world. And he's not back yet. Our respected Sir Alexander, I was really shocked, I can say, by two of his opinions. The first one is that he, in the first session, he sort of didn't recognize that there's institutional racism. So if you don't recognize institutional racism, then what are you doing on that position? And the second one, if you say that yes, you can just have criticism on the state of Israel, there's nothing wrong, then also you're not living the reality we are living, because we are living the reality of institutional racism. We are living the reality of being maybe you can finish my sentence. No, it's okay. So do we as politicians and as civil servants, do we know enough? What does it mean to be a citizen in our country? What does it mean to be part of this society? Well.
Okay, that was a concrete question. Anyone want to answer?
Maybe I can answer. We have been talking in all these 2 days and also today about this issue, and we talk about well, of course, I talk from this sense, but now I am no any more politician, so I can talk very straight about issues. So when we talk about Islam is in many of the European countries not looked part of the society. So when you are a Muslim and you are a politician, so you have to you are all the time squeezed to kind of lose your own opinions, or if your opinions are looked always also like Islamic opinions, even you are talking about the family issues or you are talking about whatever. So if I say to my child, I give you an example, if I say to my child that, who is 12, that alcohol is not good to drink, then it's looked that I am talking it because of Islam. I'm not talking because of Islam, I'm talking because of the research and of this issue that it is not good for children. But this, whatever opinions I have, it's always valid, looked from the point of Islam, and it's not valid opinion. So this is one of the issues that we are not equal in that discussion, especially when you are, I say that you are visibly Muslim. When you are not visible Muslim, you can, it's easier for you. You can as you say, you can go here and there and you can say whatever, you can have different opinions, but you are not looked as a Muslim maybe, even if you are. So this is one of the issues that our opinions are diminished from that point, that we are not talking from our mind, we are not talking from the research, we are just talking from our point of religion. So this is very important that we look that we are not equal. And I say that I'm convert from 38 years. I'm born, raised in Finland from family, and still I am looked as a foreigner in Finland. Why? Because I am a Muslim. So this is one of the issues that if we do not tackle this issue in European level, this is also in politics, in everything, we need to talk about this issue openly and think about the consequences, what it is, this one, it brings to our children, our youth, who are really growing up in the society where it is full with institutional discrimination. So this is one of the issues that I think that we really, especially in politics, it needs to be taught.
Thank you.
I mean, I do agree because we have this institutional discrimination. I'm coming from Lithuania, which Islam is the official religion, but we still after 600 years, living there and part of the community, we still have this. And if we don't have these Islamic values like Tatars, if someone from our community, if we don't have religious values, so we still, everyone will point at us like, oh, he's Tatar. So yeah, really, this is a big issue, and if we don't work on that, the equal respect for every citizen of Europe. Either he comes from the immigrant family, second or third generation, or the convert, recent or the old one, or indigenous people, but still not still called by their national identity. So this will continue because we are not equal, right? And this creates a lot of tension always, and as well if we're going back to the political parties, for example, okay. So if someone Muslim, so he will have these dilemmas. Either I go as a Muslim, either I go to the party that has the closest ideology or the program to my values, so it means, it will be closest to the Christian Democratic Party, or I should organize myself with the same people, similar people that think as me, and create an Islamic party which has no chances to get any political, in the elections, any political place, even in local elections, or I compromise and just choose the party that has the possibility to win any place in the government, and then I will try to do something for the community according to my values. So this is a big dilemma, and if there is no respect for everyone, equal respect for everyone, it's not gonna. There still will be some issues, problems.
Thank you. We've got time for one more question. Well, there's 3 hands here. I think I'm going to go with the same rule as before. If you have asked a question before, Summer hasn't anyway. Ask your question. We'll take 2 questions. So just ask a question and we'll take Summer afterwards.
Okay. You actually answered my question partially, but I was wondering if you're a Muslim, you're entering politics, or you're already in politics. Question to all of you, by the way. How do you handle the fact that you will never have the same values as a certain political party you're in? Like, that's a question I've been asking myself. Like, sometimes, I don't know, should it be a breaking point? Should I go out of the party when something happens, or when they say something I totally disagree with? So how would you handle that? Because I've seen Muslims organizing together and having a new party for Muslims and people of color, but they never get seats in Belgium, and they never get seats. So how would we handle that? How will we tackle that? Should we just ignore those things where we not agree on and focus on the things we do agree on, or what's the solution there? Yeah.
We'll take both questions and then you can answer afterwards.
Hello, my name is Samaridas. I'm from Stavanger City. I have been a councillor there for 8 years in the political parties. I have been in the politics, local politics. I have experience about how to be a Muslim politician, local politician in the parties. If you stand for your Muslim values and vote against the values, of course, the society, if you vote against the values or things the society says okay about the values of the homosexuality, the rights to marry, the right to adopt children, if you say that's just not okay according to my values, and if you go and say something that my holy book is holy for me and I stand behind this one, it's everything is stand in the Quran, I can say is 100% correct, then you are accountable for that. Oh, you mean that you are supporting this kind of punishment and you are supporting these things standing in the Quran, then you are accountable. Because isn't that my right as a Muslim to say that my holy book, Quran, is everything which is written there is for me perfect, and without faith I can stand for everything. So, but in Norway, you cannot do that. If you are mainstream and follow the mainstream values of the society, it's okay. Then you go further, then you do progress. If you go against it, you are finished. They will not nominate you for next period. So I have experienced that as a local Muslim politician. You go against the established value, you are finished as a local politician. So the society needs to, well, we are, they say we are diversity and we are mangfoldssamfunn, but I think we have to work much more to be to have a space for all people to have their values with them in the politics, because we can form this society. But for now it's very impossible, I think.
Thank you. How much time do we have now?
We have a little time, but just answer short. Not
Yeah.
have long answers, just short answers.
Yes. Okay. Short answers.
I can go first. I would say that to many of the things I've been listening to, both the questions and from the panel, I would say that the main foundation of the values of my Christian belief is that all humans are equal valued, not the values. And when you fundament the politics on that, it doesn't depend to be a Muslim or Christian. That's important. And I would end with saying that locally here in Kristiansand, we have Muslims in the council, and we work very nicely together with the main values. For example, with the family values and the alcohol politic, and so on and so on. And also the gender and sexual education's likeness of the views, I would say. So it's hope when you start from the bottom. It's important, and not start on the top and think you can try to, for example, change a big organization. I believe start local and from the bottom up. Yes.
Okay.
I would say maybe to sister here. I don't know in Belgium, but like in Finland we have this, in different parties, there is different politics in freedom of consciousness. You know, that can you vote something, do you need to vote about something, or you don't need to vote about something? Do you need to say about something or not? I am not anymore in politics, so I can be so strict. But I know when I need to really be my tongue in the middle of the mouth, not to talk, say something, because what the brother he was there saying, Muslims are always valued according to looks that you are Muslim, and whatever you say, it's always misinterpreted. So this is one of the issues that as a Muslim, especially visibly Muslim or even not visibly Muslim, you need to really, you know this, we know, everybody knows, and this is not only even to the politicians, this is also for the civil actors to talk about, for example, about the issue about homosexuality or about this, you need to be really like careful what you say, because otherwise you will lose your trustability to anybody in the society. They will start to only look you from that point. That's not the same like for maybe Christian counterpart. They can talk about these issues, but they are still valid actors in the political field. But the Muslims, you use your lose your validity there when you talk about these issues. So, like me, I used to talk about these issues in the sense that we have Finland laws which they are equal to everybody in this sense. I don't need to take stance on the homosexual issues or any kind of these issues. There is laws covering for people. So this is one of the issues that we need to recognize the, let's say, discrimination for Muslims in the societies, in European societies now, which the minorities are Muslims are minorities. We are not having still same possibility to talk same issues than other major parties or people of major of the major population.
The question that Sister gave, there's always will be a good question, whether inside or from the community, whether I should go for politics or not. Of course, it's a very individual for everyone, the approach to the politics. But if there is a part of society which is Muslim, someone should represent it. So of course, it's better if that person has good support from that community. That would be much better. But in many cases, the community don't even understand what it is and how it works. And I do agree. It should come from bottom up, then directly aim to be a president, in a society when the Muslims is 5% only, as well, Sister said that sometimes you have to be very careful what you're saying, because you might kill your career just at the beginning. Yes, and sometimes the society that we are going to represent as a politician. I'm not a politician, but when someone is going to represent, actually, it's always most important to work on the most important things for that group. And gay rights or something like that, it's not that important actually. The people want to have good wages, have a possibility to find good work, the paved roads when they go to the work and so on. So there are much more important things at the beginning to focus than you talk about, very sensitive and not mostly not that important issues. To build electorate which will trust you and entrust you with certain topics going while you're representing that part of society in a political stage.
Okay, Jakob, I'm going to give you the last word, and then we're going to finish off sort of on time, almost.
Okay. There were just 2 points. I think the others, they answered most of it. I think one of the good points for Muslims to try to think about is that we shouldn't have the approach always that we have Islam as input and as output. Islam is our output. It's a spiritual way of getting to the values we want. and the output should be in general, in public, in society, where we can meet each other, where we can agree on values and work and bring arguments for those things, instead of saying, yeah, but this is what Islam says. So then you are debating the means, so the input with each other, and then most of the time you get stuck. Another thing is, I think that Muslims, we should try to look at what we ourselves can do. I come from a country in which, yeah, unfortunately, we still see that most of the mosques are still ethnically lined. So I cannot become a board member of a whole bunch of mosques because of my ethnic background. We have to rethink this. It had a reason, because the first migrants came and they were thinking, we're going to come to Norway temporarily, a few years, and we're going to go back, and let's keep it like that. We never re-evaluated our institutions, in which we, and I think this is one of the most important things, if you have proper institutions which Aliyah touched upon, that at the end you have to try to create strong, decent personalities. If somebody has a good, confident personality, regardless of his religion, he's gonna be a much easier, nicer inhabitant of Norway or any other country. Also the problems which we've seen of course with Islamic radicalization. And most of the time you saw young boys with a very weak self-esteem. They didn't really know. I spoke this morning with somebody, I don't know if he's here, he's Dutch, but he lives here. And then he says, when I go to the Netherlands, I'm Norwegian, and if I go to Norway, I'm Dutch, you know? And this is what a lot of Muslims suffer from. Everywhere they come, they're the foreigner, or they are not the one who is originally from there. Yeah, I think we as Muslims, we can do a lot. We get weekly or monthly still issues, and it's crazy that it's 2024. We have young Muslims who are sometimes second, third, I don't know how much generation. And then they want to marry, and then their father and mother is going to say, no, absolutely no chance. You're not going to marry this person. They were in kindergarten, they grew up. It's a perfect match. So yeah, I always hope that we do what where we have influence on, and yeah, create a better future for everyone.
Thank you very much. A warm round of applause for our panel.